It was a night filled with energy and confidence inside Crypto.com Arena as the Los Angeles Lakers took the floor once again, this time with Austin Reaves finally back in the lineup. After missing 3 straight games due to minor soreness, Reaves returned at full strength, joining Luka Doncic to guide the Lakers to a solid 121-111 win over the Charlotte Hornets on Monday night. For a team that has been finding its rhythm early in the season, this victory carried extra weight. It marked the Lakers' 8th win in their last 11 games, pushing them to 4th place in the Western Conference standings. The chemistry between Reaves and Doncic was evident from the opening tip, and Los Angeles continues to look like one of the most complete squads in the league right now. Luka Doncic once again delivered a masterclass performance. The Slovenian star recorded 38 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds, controlling the pace of the game from start to finish. His combination of strength, patience, and shot making was simply too much for Charlotte to handle. Doncic constantly broke down the Hornets' defense, either scoring himself or creating easy looks for his teammates. Austin Reaves in his return looked fresh and locked in. He finished with 24 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds, a performance that reminded fans just how valuable he is to this Lakers roster. Reaves' ability to space the floor, make smart decisions, and step up when Doncic draws double teams has become a vital part of Los Angeles' offensive identity. Defensively, Marcus Smart was the anchor. The veteran guard added 13 points and a remarkable 7 steals, setting the tone on that end of the floor. Every time Charlotte tried to build momentum, Smart disrupted it with his signature intensity and hustle. Since joining the starting lineup, the Lakers have now gone 6-1, a testament to his defensive leadership and experience. The game itself had 2 very different halves. The Hornets came out firing early, matching the Lakers shot for shot through the first 2 quarters. Their ball movement and energy kept the score tight, and at halftime the game still felt wide open, but everything changed in the 3rd quarter. Coming out of the locker room, the Lakers looked completely different. Focused, aggressive, and determined. Luka Doncic set the tone with back-to-back baskets, then capped off the quarter with a deep 3-pointer to extend the lead to 96-78. The crowd erupted, and from that moment on, the Lakers were in control. Still, Charlotte refused to go away quietly. In the final minutes of the 4th quarter, the Hornets made a small run, hitting consecutive threes to cut the lead down to 6 with under a minute remaining. But when the pressure was on, Luka Doncic and Marcus Smart calmly hit their free throws to put the game out of reach, sealing yet another convincing Lakers victory. It was a complete team effort, and with efficient shooting, balanced scoring, and improved defense. The Lakers' recent success isn't a coincidence. They've built real chemistry around Luka Doncic's leadership, Reaves' versatility, and Smart's defensive impact. Even without LeBron James, who is now 40 years old, the team continues to show confidence and composure, something that speaks volumes about their depth and identity this season. This marked Luka Doncic's 7th game of the 2025-26 campaign, and for the 5th time, he scored over 30 points. His consistency and dominance are already shaping the early season MVP race. Meanwhile, Austin Reaves has scored at least 20 points in all 8 of his appearances so far, proving that his breakout year wasn't a fluke. After the game, head coach JJ Redick praised his team's energy and focus, saying that this version of the Lakers plays connected basketball. He highlighted Smart's defensive leadership and Luka Doncic's ability to control the tempo like very few players in the world can. The win also helped erase memories of the team's only recent loss, a disappointing road defeat to the Atlanta Hawks. In that game, center DeAndre Ayton admitted the Lakers may have underestimated their opponent, who was missing several key players. Since then, the team has responded with intensity and purpose. Next up, the Lakers face a real test, a road matchup against the defending NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, this Wednesday night. Hall of Famer and former Lakers rival Paul Pierce is stirring up major controversy, publicly urging the Los Angeles Lakers to trade LeBron James. For the first time since joining the Lakers 8 seasons ago, LeBron is playing on an expiring contract. That alone has sent shockwaves throughout the NBA. Every front office, analyst, and fan is wondering the same thing. Is this the beginning of the end for LeBron in Los Angeles? Could this be the season he walks away from the game, or is he simply keeping the Lakers guessing to maintain leverage? At 40 years old, LeBron James remains one of the most dominant and influential figures in basketball history. His consistency, longevity, and leadership have defined the Lakers over the past decade, but his age, combined with the team's up and down performances, has sparked growing debate about what direction Los Angeles should take next. On Ticket and the Truth, the show hosted by fellow fellow Hall of Famers Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, that debate took center stage. During a candid segment, Pierce didn't hold back, making a bold suggestion that sent social media into a frenzy. "If I'm the GM, I'd trade Bron," Pierce said flatly. "It's not going to work. We saw it last year. We got swept. I'm just trying to build for the future." Pierce argued that the Lakers have already reached their ceiling with LeBron leading the way, and that clinging to the past could hurt the team's long-term future. "If I'm the GM, I'd trade LeBron James," he continued. "We already know how it looks. We got swept. If they add a few young pieces, they'd have a real shot because they'd get more depth, more energy, and more upside." Of course, Pierce's claim about the Lakers being swept was inaccurate. Los Angeles actually fell 4-1 to the Minnesota Timberwolves in last year's playoffs. Still, his core message was clear. He doesn't believe this Lakers roster, even with LeBron, is capable of contending with the league's elite. From Pierce's perspective, the Lakers' offseason additions weren't enough to close the gap between them and the top teams in the West. "They're going to get swept this year," Pierce declared. "This team is the same team. I've got Houston beating them, OKC's better, Denver's better, and they don't want to see a healthy Golden State." His comments reflect a broader narrative around the Lakers, a team that's caught between two timelines, competing now with LeBron or rebuilding for the future. With LeBron entering his 22nd NBA season, the question of how much longer he can carry a franchise is becoming more relevant than ever. Despite the criticism, the numbers tell a different story. Last season, LeBron averaged more than 24 points per game, along with 7.8 rebounds and 8.2 assists. Elite production for any player, let alone one entering his 5th decade of life. His presence alone still commands attention, forces double teams, and gives the Lakers a fighting chance against any opponent. And yet Pierce insists that even with those numbers, Los Angeles would be better served cashing in now, turning their aging superstar into assets that could build a younger, more dynamic roster. It's an argument rooted in business logic, not sentiment. But here's the reality: trading LeBron James isn't just a basketball decision. It's a franchise-altering move that impacts the team's identity, revenue, and global brand. LeBron isn't just a player, he's the face of the Lakers, the engine of their media appeal, and one of the most influential athletes on the planet. There's also the simple fact that such a move is almost impossible without LeBron's approval. With a no-trade clause in his contract, he has complete control over his future. Unless he personally requests a move, the Lakers can't do anything. For now, that scenario seems far-fetched. LeBron has given no public indication that he wants out of Los Angeles. In fact, all signs suggest he still believes the Lakers can compete for a title. Redick's system emphasizes ball movement, spacing, and shooting, areas where LeBron can still thrive when surrounded by the right supporting cast. That said, there is one looming question: health. LeBron has yet to play this season due to a lower back sciatica issue. He's recently been cleared for contact drills, but team doctors plan to reevaluate him in 1 to 2 weeks before giving the final green light. His recovery will be key. The Lakers' chances of staying competitive depend heavily on his availability. Without LeBron on the floor, their offensive flow and leadership take a massive hit, something the team experienced firsthand in previous stretches when he was sidelined. Meanwhile, fans are divided. Some agree with Pierce, arguing that it's time to rebuild and plan for the future. Others see the suggestion as pure disrespect toward one of the greatest to ever play the game. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. LeBron is still capable of elite performances, but Father Time is undefeated, and the Lakers have serious decisions to make about how they want to shape the next era of the franchise. Paul Pierce's comments may sound harsh, but they echo a real concern that has been quietly building within NBA circles. How long can the Lakers depend on LeBron James to carry them, and what happens when he finally slows down? For now, one thing remains certain: as long as LeBron wants to be in Los Angeles, he's not going anywhere. But if the Lakers struggle early this season, expect those trade rumors to resurface louder than ever. Because when it comes to LeBron James, every decision, every statement, and every rumor sends shockwaves across the basketball world. Reports are circulating around the league that a surprising trade proposal could send Klay Thompson to the Los Angeles Lakers, a move that would not only shake up the Western Conference, but also reunite the franchise with a player they've admired for years. It's no secret that the Lakers have had their eyes on Thompson before. Back when he was still lighting it up for the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles explored possible trade options, but nothing materialized. The Warriors weren't ready to part ways with one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, and Klay remained part of their dynasty, winning 4 championships and cementing his legacy as a future Hall of Famer. Fast forward to today, and things look very different. Thompson joined the Dallas Mavericks at the start of the 2024-25 season, a move that was supposed to give him a fresh start and pair him with another superstar in Luka Doncic. On paper, it made sense. One of the league's best playmakers teaming up with one of its most decorated shooters. But in reality, the fit hasn't lived up to expectations. Thompson's numbers have dipped significantly. Once a deadly weapon from beyond the arc, he's shooting just 26.4% from three-point range this season and averaging only 7.6 points per game. Those numbers are far from what fans, nor the Mavericks, anticipated when they brought him in. His role has even been reduced to coming off the bench, something nearly unthinkable just a few years ago. Given this decline, it's not surprising that reports suggest the Mavericks might explore trade options, and according to Fadeaway World, one of the most logical suitors could be, once again, the Los Angeles Lakers. The outlet has even proposed a detailed trade scenario, Klay Thompson heading to Los Angeles in exchange for Maxi Kleber and rising young talent Dalton Knecht. From the Lakers' perspective, this proposal has both risk and reward. On one hand, Dalton Knecht represents the future, a promising young player with strong fundamentals, good size, and shooting potential. But so far, his rookie season hasn't exactly been smooth. He's averaging just 7.3 points per game and connecting on 24.3% of his three-point attempts, struggling to find consistency on both ends of the floor. For a Lakers team built around LeBron James, who is now 40 years old, the focus isn't on developing prospects, it's on winning now. The franchise has made it clear that as long as LeBron is on the court, every season is about championship contention. Under new head coach JJ Redick, the organization has emphasized a faster, more modern offense centered on spacing, shooting, and veteran experience. And for that reason, adding a proven veteran like Klay Thompson could make perfect sense. Thompson brings something Knecht simply doesn't yet have: experience, leadership, and championship DNA. He's been through the wars of playoff basketball, faced elimination games, and knows what it takes to deliver under pressure. For a Lakers team that has struggled at times with perimeter shooting and spacing, his presence could be invaluable. Even if he's not the same explosive scorer he once was, Thompson's ability to stretch the floor and his veteran composure could help stabilize a roster that still leans heavily on LeBron's playmaking and Luka Doncic's offensive brilliance. Playing alongside those two stars could also reignite Klay's confidence. He wouldn't need to handle the ball as much or create his own shots. He could simply do what he's always done best: catch, shoot, and punish defenses that leave him open. It's a role that fits him perfectly, and one that could restore the rhythm and confidence that have been missing in Dallas. The Lakers in turn would gain another high IQ player who knows how to win, understands playoff basketball, and can still be lethal on the perimeter when he finds his rhythm. For Dallas, the trade would serve a different purpose. It would allow them to shed salary, create more flexibility for future moves, and give Dalton Knecht a real opportunity to grow without the immense pressure of playing for a win-now franchise like the Lakers. With the Mavericks currently sitting near the bottom of the Western Conference, they're clearly shifting focus toward rebuilding around young talents like Cooper Flagg, their highly touted prospect expected to be the face of the team in the near future. In that sense, Knecht could thrive in Dallas, a place where he can learn, make mistakes, and develop his game at his own pace. The Mavericks aren't desperate for immediate results, and that patience could be exactly what he needs to reach his potential. Meanwhile, the Lakers would be sending a strong message: they're going all in once again. Bringing in Klay Thompson wouldn't just be about improving shooting percentages, it would be about adding championship pedigree to a roster that already features two of the game's biggest stars. Of course, there are questions. Can Thompson still perform at a high level consistently? Can he stay healthy? And would this move truly push the Lakers closer to title contention? Those are legitimate concerns, but history has shown that betting on proven champions often pays off. Klay's fit alongside LeBron and Luka Doncic could also open up new dimensions for the Lakers' offense. Defenses would be forced to respect Thompson's range, giving LeBron more room to attack the paint and operate in pick-and-roll situations. And in crucial moments, when the lights are brightest, having a player who's been there, done that, and hit some of the biggest shots in NBA Finals history could make all the difference. For now, it's just a rumor, but one that's gaining traction. The Lakers have a history of making bold moves, and this one would certainly fit that pattern. If the deal happens, it would mark a fascinating new chapter for both teams, a fresh start for Klay Thompson in Los Angeles, and a developmental leap for Dalton Next in Dallas. One thing's for sure, if this trade goes through, it could redefine both franchises' paths, one chasing glory in the short term, and the other quietly building for the future. And for Klay Thompson, it might just be the opportunity he needs to remind everyone why his name still carries weight, even after all these years.